Okay, so right now we're talking about borders, right? Now, what are CSS borders? CSS borders allows you to specify style, width, and color of an element border. Think of it like bounds around your element, around your tag, and whatever code you want to write. So right now we don't have anything, everything is blank. Let's start specifying the kind of borders that we have. Remember last time we talked about pseudocode, right? That's like writing code without actually writing it, basically like comments. But in this case, what we want to do is we want to write different styles and we use them so that it's easier to use. So I'm going through everything. I'm really going through a couple of them that you must definitely be using a lot, and then later I'll show you how to write a border shorthand, just like background. Now these are types of borders that we have. Let me start with the let me create a main tag, a main selector. We'll add it in a minute. The first border property that we have is called the border style. Now border style does exactly what it says, right? It styles those lines around the border. By default, a border style is solid. Let me show you what that does. I hope it shows something. Div plus main. Let me add something inside. Okay, this should do. There we go. So you notice this border around it is solid. It has a solid by default and gives color of black by default. Now we have different styles, right? We have the dashed. If you've worked with Microsoft Word, this will look very familiar. This is the dash. It kind of gives it in short dashes, right? Then we have the double. Now what double does is it gives a solid but makes it double and smaller, like it's a bit thinner. I don't know if you notice, there is it. So this is a bit thinner but it's doubled, right? So that's what double does. Then let's look at one more. We don't want to go too much. Let's look at dotted. Now for right now, in most cases you'll be using solid and one other one, so you don't have to worry yourself too much about how it's supposed to be. And this is the dotted. It just gives like dots, or just like a Pac-Man pellet, right? So that's about the border style. Now that's not just all you can do to a border. You can specify different types for each side of the border. Right now all four sides is dotted. Say for example we want to make just the bottom part solid and the rest dotted. We can easily do that as well, and it's as easy as doing this: dotted, solid, right? No, not dotted, solid, sorry. I got my notes. Okay, so the format it follows, I forgot I needed to add this part. I added it in my note. It also follows a format that you have to use. It goes top, right, bottom, and left. Don't forget top, right, bottom, and left. Meaning, we want to do a shorthand style, right? This dotted here means we want the top to be dotted. The right, do we want to be dotted? Yes. But out of the bottom we want it to be solid. The left dotted. If we save this and reload, see the bottom is solid and the rest is dotted. So this way you can easily like switch around each part of it and use any form that you want. You see it being in use the more, but right now don't worry too much about it. For now, just worry about using right now just worry about using the solid and maybe dashed in this case. So that being said, let me just remove, I'll just remove this, yeah, and leave it as solid, and this will be solid. So that's it about the style. But that's not just all we can do, right? We can also change the width of each of these border. Width meaning how thick it is. We can change it, and it's quite easy as well. We add the border width, then the value will be the size that you want to put. You can either put your size in pixels, in points, in centimeter, or you can also use predefined values like thin, medium, or thick. So let's go through the predefined values first. Thin, this is how thin looks, very thin, as you can see. Let's look at what medium looks like. That's quite the default size. Then look at how thick it looks like. You see right now we are not using any pixel, we are not using any custom value. We are using the predefined one, and this is it, just a little bit thicker than the medium. But say we want it to be actually very thick, give something like say 10px, right? So we want to be 10 pixels thick, to be this thick. So can you see here now? Now it's not only solid that you can change the width. You can change the width of almost any of the border style apart from hidden, which we'll get into when we get to this place. So let's say we want it to be double. Reload. There we go. It's double, but then it's thick. Can you see each of those lines is kind of thick? So there we have it for border width. Let me make this is way too big. Let me make it just 4. Not better. Okay, so that's actually how you define border width. Just like border style, you can also define specific width of each of these sides. Right, let me show you that in a minute. So we want to change the size of everything. Let's change it in increasing order. Say we have 3px for top, we have 4px for right, we have 5px for bottom, we have 6px for left. Yeah, in design wise this doesn't make sense, but we are not looking for make sense, we just want to see how it works. Okay, so when we reload, you see the difference in the size. See, the top is 3, followed by the right, followed by the bottom, and followed by the left. As you can see right here, the sizes are all different. Now the advantage of the border width of using a shorthand is you can also specify 2. Now when you specify 2, you are saying you want one to be for top and bottom and one for right and left, right? So when you specify 2 values instead of 4, you are given 2 sides the same size and 2 sides the same size. So when we reload this, let's see, say this top and bottom have the same size and left and right have the same size, and both sides are actually different from each other. So that's what giving it specific values will do, and giving it one value for everything changes value for everything, right? So there we have it. Next, let's look into color. Remember I said earlier that the default color it gives it is black. Yes, of course, you add a custom color which will be add right now. Defining the border color is also simple. You just add border and color, really, and it uses any of the available color patterns, the predefined values, and also the you can also use color codes or RGB, right? So let's add green, the predefined color value. When we reload, turns green. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, yeah, it should be more visible now. So yeah, see, it kind of turns green, same as if you use red. Let's save that. Reload, turns red. And remember, not just this, you can also use color codes, right? Let me do something like this kind of red, right? When we reload, kind of that's reddish color. So you can use any specific color pattern that you want to use, and it will as well go through it. So let's use the RGBA, right, which is red, green, blue, and the alpha version, right? So we want it to be lots of red, not much of blue, green or blue, and then we want it to be 50% of the color. So when we reload, see, it actually changed it, and we don't have like full red, and it's not fully shown either, right? So yeah, you can use any color pattern you want to use for the color, and it will render it well. Of course, you can also render specific side colors. Remember the format: top, right, bottom, and left. Don't forget, right? So it goes top, like it goes clockwise, yeah. So that being said, let's specify color for the top. Let's go green, red, blue, and black. So when we do this and reload, ta-da, we have that. Now I'm not so sure you can define double colors here, like color for both types. I've not tried it before, but let's see. Oh, turns out you can actually, which is great. So here you can also define same color for two sides and same color for the other two sides. Yeah, like I said, you can use any color pattern you like, and to actually work. Okay, so let's go to rounded borders. I'm sure you've noticed some code that has like round edges. See, everything we've been working with so far has been very straight, right? So we want them to be a bit we want them to look smooth. Let's use one color for this, just for posterity's sake. Now, how do you define rounded borders? This is actually very easy. You start by using radius. Think of the radius as not like the radius of that you know from calculation, but just about I don't explain this kind of radius of how circular you want it to be. That's right. And defining that, you use your border radius. Then you can define it in pixels. Say you want 10 pixels, you want it to be round at 10 pixels. To do that, you see now these sides are sort of rounded now, so they look smoother. They don't have like sharp edges anymore. You can also like define, you can go as high as you want. You are okay. And then let me give you a little bit of sneak peek. If you use 100%, it will make the whole thing, rounded, right? So that's sort of this ellipse shape, which sort of looks crazy. But let's leave it at 40 pixels for now. And also don't forget you can define separate values for each of the sides. Yeah, we can. So let's do 5px on top and bottom and 10px on left and right. Yep, works. So you have this top to bottom, and then you have this other one too. Now the only difference is adding multiple border radius does not actually translate to top, bottom, or left, right. Let me be clear about that. What it does is, instead of top, bottom, left, right, it does a top, right, bottom, right, top, left, bottom, right, left. So that's how it sees it. So since it can't actually make this straight line round, it can only work on the edges. So it uses the edges to calculate for it. So here, when we specify 5px here, what we said is 5px for the top left and bottom right. Don't forget. Then when we say 10px, 10px goes for the top right and bottom left. Okay. The way it works is this. It goes. Let me write down the syntax. It goes top left, yeah, top right, bottom right, bottom left. So this is how it actually makes it. So let me show you an example. So 5px, 10px, 15px and 20px. So here we're expecting all the edges to have different radius, right? And that's what happens. So see here, 5px, 10px, 15px and 20px. So in order that I've written it, it changes the size. So that's how you do the shorthand, right? This is the longhand, rather. The one we did in before is the shorthand. So let's leave it at 10px for now. Much more better that way. So that's actually how you add border radius. Now let's look at the shorthand way. We'll be writing long lines of code, and yeah, I would admit that it makes it spelled out, but CSS allows us to be implicit sometimes, where we don't have to write everything all at once, and it works flawlessly. And the shorthand is by, you guess it, just adding border. You don't have to add this you see suffixes, yeah, suffixes to it. And then don't forget, the format to follow is this: width, let me write it in full, border width, border style, and border color. Now I have to note the border style is very required if you want to write shorthand, which means you won't just because without it the HTML will not know, CSS will not know what to render, right? But you can skip the border width and of course the rest of it. But then let's not skip it for now. Let's just write it in full as we want. Our border width is 4px, right? Border style is solid. Border color is green. And if we remove this solid 4px green, and okay, I feel like this might not work. Let's see. If we reload this, we should. Okay, yeah, everything has been reset. Okay, yeah, we still have our same thing: 4px solid and green, right? Don't forget, you can change this at any time. If we use double, it changes. We're good. Yeah. So that's actually how you write the shorthand. You notice that I did not put the border radius. That's because I wouldn't want to do that, because it does not support adding a border radius. I only do this right now.